Hello, and welcome to the Love Your Work Life podcast. I'm your host, Elissa Shuck. Whether you're going for that next promotion, looking for a job, or making a career pivot, I'll teach you how to navigate it all so you can have the career you want. Welcome to episode 100. I can't even believe it. It's episode 100. Don't they do those things on TV shows where they have some, kind of look back at the last 100 episodes? Maybe I'll do that next time. But I have a really specific message for you this week. This is going to be an episode with a little bit of tough love. And the reason I'm saying that is because too many of you are out there in a job that doesn't feel good, that's draining the life out of you, that, maybe is boring. One way I put it in a conversation recently was, it is not equitable anymore in terms of the value exchange. And what I mean by that is the value that you are giving, the value that you are delivering day in, day out is at one level, and the value you're receiving in exchange is at another level, a level below the value that you are contributing. That value exchange is a combination of tangible and intangible value. Maybe you're making plenty of money, but you still feel terrible. That's because the intangible value isn't there anymore. The intangible value isn't aligned with the value that you are giving. Something to think about. If you find yourself in this situation, it probably means you're ready for some kind of level up. It could mean that you're ready to get a promotion. It could mean that you're ready to make some kind of a transition or pivot. Somewhere in there, you want to make a move. And this is where the tough love part comes in. If this is what you're thinking, you need to be real with yourself. And I don't mean that in a judgmental way or anything like that. As someone who has made several industry changes, worked in multiple, wide variety of roles, achieved 12 promotions throughout my career, and as a coach who has helped dozens of clients make career moves, I have got some tricks up my sleeve, okay? I know how to do this. And listen, if we can do it, so can you. And you can do it authentically. This isn't about gaming the system or telling half-truths or untruths. This is a career move that you can make very authentically. And it's got to be authentic, because that is the only way that you're going to find happiness and achieve your full potential in your career. So you want it to be authentic. You want it to be full of integrity. You want it to be something that you feel connected to. This requires you to get a bit curious, my friend. It really does. Because when you start paying attention to the things you like, the things you don't like, the things that you're attracted to, that's going to give you some clues. And that's going to help you identify skills that you already have that you can plug into other roles. This is one of the things that I find people really struggle with because they're so close. You're so close to your career that it's kind of hard to see how some of the stuff you do day in and day out, some of the big projects, some of the little things, the ways you've stretched yourself actually have application in other roles. These can be hard skills. These can be transferable skills. These are especially what I call essential skills. Your essential skills are the natural, innate behavioral traits and characteristics that you walk around with. It's just the way you're wired as a human being. These traits are the underpinnings of your success. And how I know you're not in your strength zone is because you feel drained every day. You feel exhausted at the end of the day. There are times when you really kind of wonder, like, what happened? Why am I so tired? Why am I so burnt out? Most of the time, it's because you are in a role that is counter to your natural behavioral strengths, your essential skills. If you are well into your career, you have more crossover skills, hard skills, transferable skills that plug into a new role than you're probably giving yourself credit for, because you've been doing what you've been doing for a while. And that's why I say you're kind of too close to it. So it's important that you pay attention to those things. If you're early in your career, or let's say you want to pivot to something very specialized, then you may have some skill gaps. You may have some areas where you need to get more education. You may need to upskill. You might need to reskill if you realize something you did in the way back of your career is something that you really enjoyed and you got away from it for some reason and you want to get back to it. Then yeah, maybe there's some reskilling that needs to happen. This is where some of that tough love comes in. I want you to watch out for tendencies to add skills over and over, another certification, another degree, another this, another that, but never taking action on it. You never actually apply to a job that utilizes those skills. It feels like you're taking action towards your new career when you're doing all these certifications and things, but it can very easily turn into passive action if all you're doing is getting all this input, getting all these skills added to your tool belt, but you never actually do anything with them. Please, my friend, pay attention to that. You don't want to fall into that trap. It's your brain's clever way of keeping you safe, because adding skills can be kind of fun. But if you never venture out, if you never take those skills with you and look for ways to apply them in your new career, in your new role, and I never like to say you're wasting time and energy. I've decided a long time ago that I never waste my time, energy, or money, and you don't either. But taking action feels so good. It is your way of showing yourself that all of this investment has some kind of application in the real world. The other thing that I want you to pay attention to is, and this is tough love too, and that is this being real with yourself, being a truth teller to yourself, because you can decide to upskill, reskill, make a move out of scarcity or out of abundance. If you are acting out of abundance, if you're adding skills because you see possibilities for yourself, you see yourself as expanding through those new skills, through those new opportunities, that's one thing. But if you're doing that out of scarcity, because you don't think you have enough, you don't think you are enough, or in some way you have to prove yourself as worthy of that new career pursuit, and because you're missing something, that's a completely different mode. That's a completely different position. And you never want to do anything out of scarcity. The actions that we take from that place don't serve the greater good that we're after, like the actions we take out of abundance, out of possibility, because we think, oh my gosh, I can totally picture myself in that role. And that's a little bit of the secret sauce that I used throughout my career. I followed things where I could picture myself in those roles, where I could create a sense of vision, add some imagination, add some emotion, make that picture as vivid as possible. When you do that, you will know. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but it's not. It really isn't. When you start to visualize yourself in that role, whether you actually have the skills in the moment or not, your brain will help you make the moves you need to make. You will know instinctively the kinds of things that you need to do to get where you want to go. And it won't feel like drudgery. It'll feel like, yes, this is my next step. This move makes sense. This is the kind of attitude I want you to have towards yourself. I want you to be a truth seeker in the best possible way. I want you to look at the truth about your value, the application of what you can do in other roles, the things you have done, the things that you're doing now. Look for the real truth and value in that, because that's how you're going to find a job that feels good. That's how you're going to land a role where you can excel. That's when you're going to be in your strength zone. Those roles that truly align with what makes you tick as a person. There is no better feeling. And let me tell you something. When you know what makes you tick, when you have a clear sense of your essential skills and strengths, it is not limiting. All those different industries, all those different roles, all those promotions that I got throughout my career, I was in my strength zone in every single one of them. I could align myself very easily. And then where there were gaps, I could upskill. I could get some knowledge, that I could follow people that were teaching on the subjects that I knew would make me stronger in my role, that would give me the knowledge that I could leverage along with all of the other value in my next thing. You can do the same thing, my friend. When I say have a little tough love, I don't mean it as a negative at all. I mean it as you being real with the worthiness and the value and all of your amazingness, and leveraging that for what you want next. Do not be the obstacle in your own path. Move anything out of the way that you're thinking about yourself that doesn't serve your greater purpose and what you have in mind for yourself when it comes to your work life. Because you gotta love it. You must. You deserve to love your work life. So if it's not happening, then my friend, get tough on yourself. Make the move that you want to make. All right, I'll talk to you next time. You are going to work 90,000 hours in your lifetime, minimal. So you might as well control it. You might as well enjoy it. You might as well do whatever you need to create a career that feels amazing. If this is you, if this is what you want, then I invite you to visit the Love Your Work Life website at ElissaShuck-careercoach.com. On the site, you're going to find out how to work with me one-on-one, and you're also going to see how you can get access to Control Your Career, my monthly membership subscription. In the subscription program, you're going to get access to courses, coaching, Q&As, special events, all kinds of career development resources so you can create a career that you love. I can't wait to see you there.